the mind, best friend or worst enemy? There's a very powerful and amazing book called the Bhagavad Gita, and I would like to read 3 verses today from this book and try to explain it as good as I can. And it's in the 6th chapter called Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana means meditation. It's the yoga of meditation. In the previous episode, we talked about the subconscious mind and the chitta, and what is the false ego, the ahankara, the I-doer, the I-maker, and the manas, the mind, the buddhi, the intellect, the intelligence, and what is chitta, the subconscious mind, and how the active mind works. Today I would like to add something on top, because last time I talked about buddhi, the intelligence, but I didn't talk about the important role. What is buddhi really? Because buddhi is also the active mind, the subconscious mind, our program, raja and dvesha, attachment and aversion, yes and no. But then we have buddhi, the intellect, to discern, okay, this is good for me and this is bad for me, and I should do this and I should do that, and I should give up this and I should follow that. This is the buddhi, the intellect, but this is actually our active mind. The 5% from the previous video we talked about, 95% is the subconscious program running the show. Everything we experience, everything happened to us, all the good things and bad things, all the traumas and all the wins and gems in life, everything programmed us. In the samskaras, it left impressions in our, like a finger imprint, like we have here different impressions. When we go to the police, they know who we are, but we have also impressions in our subconscious. I would not say impressions, imprints in the soul, but kind of we carry this stuff with us from life after life after life, till we are here in this body, in this form, today on this channel. Listen to this video, because we carried different programs which led us today to be who we are. Like Jesus said, I am who I am. Whatever that means in a deeper sense. The goal of yoga, we discussed, is to bring the mind in a state of sattva. A sattvic mind. Sattva means purity, goodness, cleanliness. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So when we want to approach the divine, it's very helpful if we are pure in heart, pure in mind. When I approached God, I was a completely loser. I was a junkie, I was in prison, I did many bad things, some would say. I tried to be a good person, but it ended up hurting people, and especially my relatives and family members and friends, and also other people. Even though the intention behind it was good, but I was so programmed to act in a way I actually didn't like myself. I was not on a Sattvic platform. I was very tamasic. Tamaguna means nescience, ignorance, darkness, doing things that harms you and others. It's neither good in the beginning and neither good at the end. There's nothing positive about it. This was my life. And Rajaguna would be passion, creativity, production. I mean, even if I blink with my eyes, it's Rajaguna, the mode of passion. If you pass urine, if you eat, whatever you do, sleep means ignorance, mode of darkness, makes sense. So it all has its place, it's good. Ignorance is good, and passion is good, and sattva, the goodness, it's all has its place. And Rajaguna we need to create, a king, we call them in Sanskrit Raja, Raja or Raja Rishis, the great kings, because, or Maharaja, the great king, because the king needs to rule the kingdom. He needs to engage with the mode of passion, and that's okay. That's his purpose, his dharma. The mode of goodness, Sattvic, has 2 signs, 2 main qualities, knowledge and happiness. When you live a Sattvic lifestyle, you experience bliss from within. You're not dependent on any outside circumstances to experience that joy. Let me give you an example. Yeah, if I wake up in the morning, the scriptures, the Vedas or like the Bhagavad Gita describes that we should be clean. Yeah, we should take a shower. The first thing you wake up, because in the night you enter into tamaguna, into ignorance, and you cover yourself with all this dirt accumulated. In nighttime, yeah, Buddhi, the intelligence, digests. Yeah, primarily we digest food during the day, but most of the food on a subtle level is digested between 10 p.m. till 2 a.m. So this time, or around 1, 2 a.m. So this 3-4 hours we should definitely sleep. If you go to bed late, you can't digest properly. You can't restore your prana, your life force, and also your everything you accumulated during the day, all your thoughts, all your desires, all your impressions get digested in the night. So when we wake up, we attract all kinds of entities, energies, and you can feel when you wake up, like some people, like especially when you ate in the evening, or if you have a rough day. But even if you have a rough day, after you wake up in the morning, right? How do you feel? Usually you feel better if you get bad news, or even if somebody died, maybe even. Yeah, the next day it's already a little bit digested. You even say, I could digest it somehow. So that means in nighttime we digest. Yeah. So to keep our body, our mind clean, it's very important as soon as we wake up. And there are entities, yeah, there are certain energies which want to enjoy these tamasic tendencies, sleep and yeah, letting go and chill and relax. But the sun is rising. Yeah, the sun gives you the potency, the energy to digest, to get the fire of digestion, the agni inside. Yeah, to be creative, to serve, to follow your purpose. Before I went to bed, 4 to 6 a.m. in the morning, and I woke up around 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and the sun was already gone. Like the highest peak of the sun, noontime, was over. This is the fire of digestion. Then I started eating breakfast, let's say at 2 p.m. Yeah, I had my lunch at around between 8 and 10 p.m. at night. So my whole rhythm was confused, was out of tune. So I accumulated lots of toxins I couldn't digest. I accumulated lots of imbalances in my pranic field, in my energy system, in my nervous system. I got lots of diseases. Since that, I'm struggling with my weight, with my acidity. Yeah, I don't want to mention, go into detail, but yeah, I'm struggling because of my drug abuse, with my irregularity towards the sun, the time. I misused the time, and I created this bad energy field, karmic fate around me. So what helps in the morning is when you wake up, you take a shower. Especially if you can, take a cold shower. I start with a hot shower, I end with a cold. If it's really too cold, you can again heat up the body with a warm shower, but not too hot. But if you take a cold shower, you immediately create a state of Sattvic, of Sattva, of purity, because all the ghosts, all the entities, all the negative energies, they can't enjoy through the cold. So they will leave you immediately. Yeah. Yeah, so keep the body clean when you wake up. Yeah, maybe shave, maybe not everywhere, but it helps to shave. When I was a monk, since many years, I had like a shaved head. Yeah, people nowadays tell me, "Oh, you're not a monk anymore." No, I'm not a monk. I'm married since 6 years. Hello. Yeah, I had a shaved head because I like the purity. When the head is shaved, you feel so awake, alert. Try it out. Shave your head, and you will feel great just from shaving the head. Yeah. Keep the body clean. Yeah. Like put some oil massage, abhyanga, self-massage in the morning. Like you take shower, your body's wet, and you start massaging, and then you shower it off again. Or in the evening, find your oil, ghee, olive oil, coconut oil, most recommended. Depends which body type you can figure out, and then you apply the oil accordingly. Keep the room clean. Yeah. If I would show you now my camera, I would not be completely Sattvic because I have all the wires around. I have my cushions here, and because my room is so small, yeah, now it looks like neat and everything. But in reality, if I would turn around now, it would be more Rajasic. I probably will speak better and have more energy and intelligence if the room would be completely clean, because it helps, the environment helps. Imagine there's garbage, dust, dirt, old food all around. Yeah, tamasik. Yeah, it's ignorance. And Rajaguna would be, you have lots of things, too many things you don't need. You change the furniture and the paintings every day somewhere else, and then you can't be still. And Sattvic means less, clean, fresh air, lots of light, yeah, natural light if possible. Then the food you eat, yeah, I don't want to disappoint you, but if we eat meat, yeah, or other animals, it's harmful to them. God didn't give us animals to eat. Sorry, I don't want to disappoint you at all, but if you can manage to live a vegan or vegetarian diet, and the vegans would say, no, how can you be vegetarian? The cows and the plants, and yeah, the plants are also living entities, yeah. But according to the sun, how much they are exposed to the sun, their consciousness is developed, yeah. So animals have a much higher consciousness. They have a much higher pain. But even a plant feels the pain. If I cut a plant now, the plant next to it, and it's measurable, science knows that the other plant will feel the fear, yeah. So if you come in the room, the plant feels. Yeah, they also have emotions. So I live a Sattvic lifestyle. There are certain things in the Bhagavad Gita described you should eat. For example, milk products, yeah, very Sattvic, comes from the love of the cow, even honey. That's why I'm not vegan, because I see it as the love of these animals they gave us to help us to come into a Sattvic energy. You might disagree, and that's fine, and I respect it. On the other hand, if you slaughter a cow or a pig or a goat, just think about taking an axe and cut off the head of this animal. It's can you do this yourself? Some people can, but if you can kill your animal and you sacrifice it and whatever, do it. But it's not so easy nowadays. We go to the shop and we just buy it. Yeah. But there's 6 factors who gets involved in karmic reactions if they eat the animal. Yeah. So the one who slaughters the animal, the one who helps, the one who sells it, the one who prepares it, the one who serves it, and the one who eats it. Yeah, all 6 get karmic reactions. Also the fear, the pain, all the emotions, all the thoughts, everything goes into the animal, especially in the time of death. And we eat these qualities. Even if we think we live a righteous life, a God-conscious life, and Jesus said in the Bible it's okay to eat meat, and even though some parts are altered, okay, I don't want to go into this topic now, but traditionally Christians didn't eat meat, yeah. Thomas Evangelium, Gospel of Thomas, and there are some scriptures clearly say that, for example, Jesus came to stop sacrifice. Buddha came, he rejected the Vedic understanding of God and life and the soul, to reject the sacrifice, the part of sacrificing animals. Yeah, it was such. God always appears, sent his messengers to stop us eating meat. He sent Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the one who helped me finding my spiritual truth. Yeah, he also came, and the first thing he helped me to understand is to stop eating animals, to not have illicit sex, for example, to get married, to devote yourself to one wife and serve with her humanity, serve your family, serve God. Yeah, don't gamble. It's so bad for the mind. If you gamble, you lose so much money. You lose yourself. You gamble with the devil, and the devil always wins. And intoxication, obviously, I don't need to go into it, because if you take drugs, your mind will be covered, and it's very difficult to really live a sattvic and pure lifestyle. I speak from my own experience. Yeah, I was completely on the other side, on the dark side of the force. So I stopped doing all these things. Yeah, and you think maybe I give it up. Yeah, but this is something I want to go into it now. The mind you can choose is your friend or your worst enemy. So when the mind becomes your friend, it's not like giving up some things. It actually sets you free, because you're dependent on outside things in order to enjoy bliss, happiness, and harmony. Eating, yeah, sleeping, defending, mating, yeah, sex life. This is so the major things which turns us on, right? A dog, a camel, a pig, a bird, they can do the same things, and we have to work really hard, right? And they can do it for free. So are we animals or are we something higher? Do we have manas, the mind, the buddhi, the intellect? There's many more things. The clothes you wear. Now I changed to pure cotton, hemp and linen, hand woven with love, and you can feel when you put the clothes on, it's like ecstatic experience, like a new, like you can breathe to the clothes. It's very beautiful. They're expensive, but it's worth. I rather have less clothes and wear the same again and again, wash them nicely, but I feel the purity instead of this polyester and all this plastic style. Like I have these jackets for running in winter and they're all plastic. You can't breathe, you sweat. It's so toxic actually. So we can choose our lifestyle. Yeah, we can wake up early in the morning. Yeah, when before the sun is rising. It's a very Sattvic environment. How to do that? Go to bed early. Put an app block on your phone. Block your phone after 8 p.m. No phone. Yeah, no screen. Just relax, digest, read, meditate. Go to bed around 9, maybe 10. Yeah, have your 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Like I go to bed at 10, wake up at 5, 5:30. I still strive for 4, 4:30, but at least I wake up early before the sun, and then I feel like I already achieved so much before the other people wake up, before the sun is rising. Yeah, I did my prayers, my meditation, my yoga, and then it's 7, 8 a.m. and I'm done, and I can work. Yeah, I work from 8 to 12. I cook, I eat, I have rest. I have 3, 4 hours with my family in the evening. So this is a Sattvic lifestyle. So you can choose how to engage these modes of nature so that it helps your mind to go deeper. So I like talking. I thought I will keep it a little bit shorter today, but the topic is so broad. You can say so many things about it. So I read now text 5. Yeah? 1, I only read the English. Don't want to confuse you with the Sanskrit, or if you would like to hear it. Udharet atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet atmaiva yatmano bandur atmaiva ripur atmanaha. Yeah, Atma refers here to the mind, but Atma also means the body, the mind, the soul, the self. Yeah, but here it's pointed out the mind. One must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. Friend or foe? Yeah. For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. Excuse me, my nose is very blocked since 2 days. Too much sugar, I guess. Yeah, the mind is my enemy. Yeah, because I know intellect says no, don't eat sugar, and I still did it, and has some other background why I have this mucus tendency. But yeah, it's interesting. Don't eat ice cream in the evening. We know it makes us sick. Yeah, it's cream, it's cold, it's lots of sugar. No go for the evening. If you eat it, you get sick. Bang equals runny nose. So we can choose how to use the mind. Yeah, like we say, okay, it's a program. Yeah, 95%. What I just mentioned now was actually all based on the 5% of the active mind, because you can choose how to dress, how to eat, how to sleep, how to speak, what you watch, what you read, with whom you associate. Yeah, this is all your choices, but out of our program we choose certain ways to behave and interact with this world because we are so used to listening to the subconscious mind. Yeah, but actually you are in control, and the subconscious mind is no enemy, no friend. He is neutral. Yeah, it just gives you the information of the program, and you say, oh, like, don't like bananas or apples. Yeah, the Buddhi, the intellect, very important. How to strengthen the intellect? there's a nice verse at the end of the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says, those who, no, Sanjaya says actually, the one who speaks the Bhagavad Gita to Dhritarashtra, he saw the whole battlefield and the conversation, and he speaks it to his king, and he says, those who, no, I'm sorry, Krishna said, yeah, those who want to worship me with their intelligence, they study this sacred text between Krishna and Arjuna. Sorry, I'm very confused now, but anyways, someone said it, yeah, some saintly person or God himself. So if we study the Bhagavad Gita, we can train our intelligence. And is it just the Bhagavad Gita? No. But the Bhagavad Gita is a transcendental sound vibration, yeah. We can get knowledge, yeah, with pratyaksha, with seeing, yeah, with understanding. We can get it with experience, or we can get it with hearing and listening, yeah, Shabda Brahma. That we listen to spiritual sound. Yeah, this sound vibration penetrates our mind, penetrates our hearts, because it goes into the soul. Yeah, it's not just some sound vibration for the ears. You really have to listen with the ears of your heart. And this sound vibration we find especially in the Vedic texts, but there's also other religious books or the Bible, especially the words of Jesus and Moses and David. There's so many beautiful things in it which uplift the consciousness and give us this glimpse of love of Godhead. This is how to train the intellect. One of the most important things is you can train your intellect with willpower. Yeah. So when you say something to your wife, like I did since a week or two, to help her to clean the storage room, and it didn't, yeah, it will not strengthen my intelligence, because you say something and you don't do it. So you will stop trusting yourself. Yeah, you create disharmony with your words and with your thoughts. Like, do you hear what you say, and do you say what you feel, what you hear inside? Yeah, or is it just lip service? Or somebody asks you for help on the weekend, a friend maybe, can you help me with the car? And you, yeah, I want to serve you, I want to help you, of course. But actually you don't want, and then you don't show up. Yeah, it weakens your intelligence. You can read spiritual texts, you can listen to podcasts or lectures, or in this video now, which uplifts your intellect, your Buddhi. Yeah? Or you, before you make a decision, really discern and listen within and try to understand, is this good or is this bad for me? Is my mind now my friend or is it my enemy? So we can really see, yeah, how to use it. And the intellect is, the Buddhi is often misunderstood, and we think it's just intelligence, that I'm smarter than you, or just discernment, like, okay, I should do that because it's healthy, and I should avoid that because I will injure myself. Yeah, but the Buddhi is actually this active decision, the active mind. Yeah, this 5%. Yeah, you would say the subconscious and the conscious. So what else do we have? Yes, keeping the vows. Yeah, like when you say something, then do it. Spiritual sounds, studying the scriptures. And verse 2, I forgot what I read before, that yoga is not just about the body. Yeah? When we just practice yoga for physical benefit, it's a waste of time. I mean, it helps you on a physical level, but we should come to this understanding that yoga is chitta, vritti, nirodha. Yoga is there to still the fluctuations of the mind. That chitta is pure. Yeah, like we throw stones in the water and it creates these ripples. Yeah, this another stone. But if you hit the stone in the same spot the whole time, it will be the same ripple all the time. Yeah. But what if the water is still? This is the pure state of consciousness. Yeah, clean and still water. You just meditate now about still water. So peaceful, so calm. Now meditate about the ocean, the waves, and the sound. Yeah. Just think about it. Yeah. It's like, and this is our mind, like the fluctuations. Yeah. Like enjoying yes and no, and aversions, attachments. So my message here is, yeah, make the mind to your friend by choosing what is good for you. And this is how you attain everlasting happiness. But there's something else. Yeah. Of course we can live our life like this, what I said till now. But the real function of the mind, why we want the mind to be pure and clean, yeah, like I mentioned before, cleanliness is the next step to godliness, because we can approach God much easier. I'm a mercy case. I got the divine mercy of the Lord, and I could somehow accept his teachings and became a monk and had a wonderful time and still do, because of mercy, because I came from this background of passion and ignorance. Yeah, there was no sattva in my life. I did meditation and everything, but yeah, I was maybe 1%. The rest, 99%, was like completely illusion. So I don't know why I'm here today and can speak those words, but that's just the mercy. But if you choose, yeah, to go into a sattvic lifestyle, go to bed early, wake up early, eat good food, nourishing food, yeah. Like I mentioned milk products before, but also sweet is also good. But in the morning before lunch, not in the afternoon. Uh, Grains, yeah, vegetables, fruits, clean, pure water, yeah. Make your own juices, your own teas. Don't buy in cans and stuff. So we can choose our happiness. We can exercise. You can run. You can do yoga. You can do pranayama, breath control. There's so many ways to choose a pure lifestyle, and automatically the mind will become your friend, because the natural position of the mind is to be in sattva guna. The mind is only satisfied in the mode of goodness. Otherwise, the mind wants to enjoy, wants to create, wants to sleep, wants to do everything except the thing it needs to do right now in order to enjoy later. We always want the immediate result and enjoyment, yeah, instead of delayed gratification. Yeah, we do something now, we study 5 years, that we have a good job later, and our whole life we will have the money. Yeah, or you go to take a job right now and have the money right now, like I did. Yeah, so you can train your mind, yeah, to be your friend. Yeah? The mind is neutral. Yeah, you decide with the intellect. Now, the essence of this whole talk today: for one who has conquered the mind, the super soul, yeah, Atman, I mentioned before, the self, and the Param Atma, the super self, God in the heart, is already reached. So for one who has conquered the mind, the super soul is already reached. For he has attained tranquility. To such a man, happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor are all the same. Because he makes his happiness not depending anymore on the outside. Yeah? His source of happiness is within. And not just that he realizes that he is the conscious within. Yeah? His happiness goes much, much deeper. He realizes God is out there in his spiritual kingdom, in his energy everywhere. We can feel now, yeah, feel the room, the connectedness to everything else. But also God is in the heart. How beautiful. And it is described as like two birds. One bird, they're on a tree, yeah, and there are fruits on the tree. And one bird eats the fruits, enjoys, yeah. And the other bird observes and is the allowance giver, yeah, allows the other bird to enjoy. And the other bird, bewildered by the fruits, yeah, of this material world, like the Adam and Eve taking the apple, enjoying, yeah, and losing the spiritual wisdom. It's kind of the same analogy. Yeah, and God is witnessing, and he said, like, hey, dude, knock, knock, I'm here, look at me. Yeah, but we are so concerned about ourselves that we forget and we enjoy in the outside. And it's like a burning fire, and we're pouring more ghee, yeah, more butter, more oil inside the fire, and it burns and burns. Because this fire of sense gratification can be never satisfied in the outside. But then we turn to God, yeah, in the inside, and listen to him. Then we get really satisfaction. Yeah, this is where the juice comes from, the amrita, the nectar. And then actually our life will be successful. And then the mind is really engaged in the service of the divine. Yeah. Then we get a higher taste. Then we're not eating like the pigs our own shit all the time. Yeah. Then we actually eat palatable dishes because we connected to the Lord. And if you just now, for now, feel inside and understand you're not alone. God is always there, lifetime after lifetime. Even though you left him, yeah, he's still with you. Even though you said, no, doesn't exist, yeah, Advaita, nonsense, Atma flow is channel, is school community, flow beyond, doesn't exist, yeah, it's all illusion. I would say, hey, I exist, I understand, you don't believe me, I still love you, I'm still here, on a very artificial level, but imagine God. He would never reject you. It's like the father, yeah, your child leaves home, takes drugs, goes to jail, and the parents are so concerned. And the child comes back, and they're so happy finally the son came back. Yeah. So God is the same, very compassionate. I didn't want to open this box so much actually, but the goal of yoga, in the end of this chapter actually, Krishna says, yeah, the biggest of all yogis, yeah, yoginam apisavisham, but God had antar atmana, yeah, the greatest of all yogis is the one who abides in me, who worships me, who always thinks of me all the time. He is the greatest of all yogis who worships me with love. Yeah. He explains the whole yoga process, how to meditate. But then at the end, the last shloka, the last verse, he says, but the greatest yogi is the one who loves me. And this is the goal of the mind, to focus it. In the Vedas it describes as the lotus feet of the Lord, because lotus is very beautiful. The crown chakra is also a lotus, yeah, when it opens, when you get enlightenment, and then God sits on the ground, yeah, his lotus feet. It's a very wonderful book about this topic. And this lotus, yeah, opens. Did you ever see a lotus flower open? Yeah. So we should focus our mind on the divine lotus feet of the Lord. And I tell you, like, this is the greatest joy. I tried out everything. I'm practicing breathwork meditation, psychedelics. I did everything from A to Z, yeah. But the most beautiful thing was chanting the Lord's divine names, to hear about God, to come together with like-minded people. This is how I engage my mind. But at one point you have to take the mask on. You can follow, you can be a monk, you can be in a great community, yeah, but you have your mask on and you just follow autopilot, yeah, like a robot. But then you realize actually, no, you have a very unique personal relationship with God. You can't find anywhere outside. It's only within. And this is the purpose of the mind. This is the purpose of yoga. This is samadhi. Yeah, samadhi is not just to sit and to merge and transcend. Real samadhi is to have a loving relationship with God. This is samadhi. This is the goal. Samadhi, yeah, is the eighth limb. Yeah, it's not the goal. Samadhi is not the goal. Samadhi is like a letter, the yoga letter. Yeah, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, and then kevala. Yeah, transcendence. But in that sense, that we understand our unique position, that we are actually a spiritual being. We're not the body. We're not the mind. Hello, I'm talking about the mind today, but we are not this mind. When I was a monk, you always told me, you're not the body, you're just mental. I hated it, yeah. You're just mental, get over it, yeah. You're just mental. In one sense, it's true, yeah. We also say he's so sentimental. Senti, the senses, and mental, the mind. But, yeah, you have to be careful with that, because we're all mental. We're on the mental platform. It's normal, yeah, because we identify with the voice inside, with our subconscious mind. But we can train ourselves by spiritual practice to use our active mind and engage it with the Lord. Yeah? And even if you don't cross that line and you don't engage it with the Lord, it's still very powerful if you train your spiritual intelligence, because Krishna says, doesn't matter whom you worship, yeah, the impersonal Brahman, the Nirvana, the demigods, or him personally. At the end, everyone will come to me. There's people who want money, people who are suffering, people who are just curious, and people who really want to understand the absolute truth. And from all those four, the one who wants to understand the absolute truth, he's the most dear to the Lord. Yeah? The most attention will go to him, and he will help him the most. But later he says, but doesn't matter what you do. At the end, everyone will come to me, because it's the ultimate goal of life, to realize God, to realize yourself, not that you are God, yeah, that you're part and parcel of God. In one sense, yes, we are one with God in quality, yeah, eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss. But also in a personal, individual relationship. So that's the beauty of the Bhagavad Gita and the talk for today. How to use your intelligence, your active mind, to step out of the subconscious program and to enter into divine consciousness. Thank you so much for watching. If there are any comments, this is the second episode now, and I'm still alone in front of the camera. Community Flow Beyond. You can check out in the pinned comment and description below. You can join. Please feel free to be part of it. We do wonderful breathwork sessions, meditation, wisdom talks on Mondays. Nobody showed up so far because it's a small group, so I'm patient, but I will keep on going every Monday at 5 p.m. Central European Time Zone. I will release one video. The recording will be always the week after, so I have some time to edit. So yeah, please join me next time, but at least leave a comment below if you like the topic, which topic you would like to hear next. Next week I want to talk more about brainwaves, the alpha, beta, gamma, delta, theta, yeah, how many hertz and what is the functions, how to enter these brainwaves, how to use the mind. We also will have more than 2 meditation practices, just short, to show you, demonstrate you the power of the subconscious and the mind, the active mind, and to bring you into a state of presence, flow, and bliss. Thank you so much for taking your time. See you next week. Namaste.